Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. Welcome to Fort Worth, where Sonny Dykes told his team this week, you've got to sense the gravity of this moment. You win this game, you got a chance to run the table and go back to the college football playoff, just like a few years ago with the team that went to the championship game standing in their way from a year ago in Iowa State. Mark Elfrich, Connor Runyon, talk to me psychology for the head coaches in this game and how you approach it.
The key to it there, if you win this game, man, Matt Campbell and Iowa State struggling. TCU, we have these three matchups. Oh, no, you have today.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit different of an angle for TCU. Usually it's Josh Hoover, their quarterback, the air raid offense, but Devin Deal is a great player off the edge for them.
He has been playing awesome. He is relentless. They try to get home with a four-man rush, combining him into various packages, zone blitzes to protect their corners, and then he's matched up today physically against that guy, mentally against that guy, Rocco Becht, who's been great at times, who's been the other end of great at times. Hopefully today for our matchup, we've got the great Rocco, and he's got his top tight end target back.
Ben Bramer, scary moment last week. Our hearts were in Ames, but he is back and ready to play after he collapsed on the field last week and was released from the hospital that night. So Rocco Becht, who you're just talking about, has his top target back in the huddle today. And we know this, Mark. This is one of the great quarterbacks of all time at Iowa State. And they feel that maybe today is the day he gets back to that.
Yeah, and you said it all right there. That you got Bramer back in a miracle, but the game is going to play between those two ear holes right there. Rocco Becht's mind, confidence, man, he is good. He is scary good. There has to be something to him physically. It looks like he's wearing some upper body slings. He's not kind of, what's the right word, running recklessly as he has in the past, and we'll see today how that goes.
Well, it starts with a run, and this is the identity of Iowa State in the ground game with Carson Hansen. 7-yard pickup behind the offensive line, led by Jim Boniface, who does all the communicating at that center spot.
Yeah, just hammer it in 13 personnel and take a shot.
Well, Beck's first throw of the day, and he just missed. They had Bud Clark and Jamel Johnson beat. Chase so well behind the defense.
So well loose, clean, and that's one of those ones Rocco just has missed the majority of this season that he has made. Really interesting transition right there by Taylor Mauser, offensive coordinator, going a little tempo into that second down play, setting up a third and manageable.
And so this defense for TCU and those blood frog alternate uniforms with the red numbers, hoping to pin their ears back on a third down, and Becht into tight coverage and incomplete. Jamel Johnson had the coverage on the native Texan Brett Eskelson to make it fourth down.
Here's exactly what we talked about. 11 is in the box over the right guard, 51, and twists back inside. Carson Hansen and Boniface aware. Great protection. They jumped the route, knowing it was third and short, and a 3-and-out.
So 3 plays and a punt, and a fair catch called for on what looked like a returnable ball. But no return on the 43-yard punt for Jordan Dwyer. So now Josh Hoover, he is one of the best passers in the country. Top 10 in passing yards, top 5 in passing touchdowns, and fresh, and mostly healthy off a bye. He is wearing a glove today. He is wearing a glove today.
Yeah, yesterday he was wearing a white glove right there. He's got the, what is it? What do they say? It's the TCU spitting blood red accent today. And
yeah, that blood comes out of the eyes.
That's right.
Of the horned frog.
Unbalanced.
Very intimidating. They bubble it out. Eric McAllister is rallied to, made the first few miss, and then Marcus Neal has him bottled up after a few yards. TCU's offense got healthy on the bye week up front.
Yeah, both Josh Hoover, they said, would have been out if they would have had to play last week. Multiple offensive linemen. Kevorian Barnes is the guy that got to get going. Be patient in the run game right there. The screen outside to Eric McAllister. Be patient and get Barnes going.
It's Major Everhart taking the direct snap, and the wideout / kick returner Carved out a little space across the 30 with 3 yards.
They're excited about the depth that is developing. Major Everhart has played a great role. You see him on the action here. Trust us, here's Everhart. But getting Manjack back, Bailey back, they really like their depth in that wideout room.
I trust him. Never down.
Yeah.
I trust him. But back to the traditional quarterback, Hoover, and that quick tag in. Ball comes out. McAllister puts it on the deck, and he gets it back with a TCU first down.
That's exactly the recipe Matt Campbell was looking for. This is a perfectly thrown ball to the inside armpit of Eric McAllister and punched out by Cooper Ebel, and almost a cherry hop going the other way.
Iowa State's defense finally forced some turnovers last week, forced 3 of them, almost had their first. TCU survives it. Hoover over the middle, and they do have one. He throws it to Trey Bell. The ravaged secondary for Iowa State with all those injuries comes up with a big play to start this game in Fort Worth.
Ezeagu, pass rush, immediate pressure on Josh Hoover. He had to let it go early. You'll see the pressure from the right side of Hoover just basically turns into a swipe the hand, speed rush, heads up. He's got to get it out early. That's not the ideal location for Major Everhart, who slows down just slightly, can't judge it. And great answer by Trey Bell and company. The beleaguered, the depleted secondary, the comically depleted defense of defensive coordinator John Haycock and Matt Campbell. Back-to-back balls in their hands.
Even those guys have admitted, yeah, it's something we've never seen before, how beat up that this secondary has been. Trey Bell, one of the guys filling in as a starter. Did he hold on to this? That's what they're reviewing. A little juggle at the end.
Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of if they determine between, and the impartial fans here clad in purple, they see that it's going to be a matter of if they say that elbow to the thigh, does he pin the ball underneath there and, effectively control it for a firm action.
Well, this is a moment in time here, too, because Josh Hoover never throws interceptions for whatever reason in this stadium. Just one all season at home. This would be a second if it stands.
Everhart, 5'11", doesn't touch it. Man, that's as close as it gets. And the call on the field, and Trey Bell, another non-impartial participant in this. It's going to be one to probably be hard to overturn. Let's bring in Mike Pereira.
Hey, Connor and Coach, I mean, this is one of these really tight ones. Yes, you're right. He does get it pinned against his leg. And now, if it does get to the ground, if they have a shot that shows that it gets to the ground, it would be incomplete because he didn't control it first. I'm kind of with you. It looks like it might be difficult to overturn since it was ruled an interception. But if they see it on the ground there and not trapped between the legs and the arm, then it would be reversed to incomplete.
Yeah, I see that 100% exactly like Mike Pereira. And it's just, if we had that look from the other side of the field looking back, just imagine that elbow and the thigh pad, and here it is.
The ruling on the field of an interception is upheld. First down, Iowa.
Stephen Barron, the white hat today, much to the dismay of this crowd, probably got that right by what we saw. And man, that is just a huge play. The momentum, the confidence on that Iowa State sideline.
The long review, too, I think that was the officials helping out TV because our big noon audience is about to join us. So buying a little time so you don't miss more of this game. It's been eventful on the first 2 drives. Pick from Hoover before the 3-and-out for Iowa State. And it's Carson Hansen with a flag out, and he's got a first down.
This is going to be 5 in the backfield. We have the receiver, 2 tight ends, quarterback and running back. That's 5 in the backfield. Everybody on this right side was off the ball.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 players in the backfield. First down.
So in this formation, the receiver to the right side, I would imagine, is the guilty party by rule. That's one where for Rocco Becht, again, man, he's got so much going on in his mind. So many things you're thinking about. You're not really thinking about, oh man, is my Z receiver on the ball? Gotta help your QB out.
All 11 guys the other way, plus 10 guys on your own line of scrimmage, and one slip, so back him up 5 yards. On 1st and 15, he sings it to the sideline, but low and inside to Brett Eskelson, and they'll play 2nd down.
Yeah, had Eskelson there on the flat route. Starting unbalanced here, 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends.
2nd and 15 for Becht. Same side of the field. This one complete to Sowell. And he's wrestled out by Channing Canada. Oh, what a game some of you just saw in Happy Valley, Indiana, the #2 team in the country.
Sign us up for one of those.
Yeah, we'll take one of those here with Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion. This is a gotta-have-it game for TCU for the college football playoff and the Big 12 championship, with a gauntlet of a schedule in November. They control where this season goes. Their defense on the field here against Iowa State quarterback Rocco Becht, who escapes and keeps the play alive and keeps the drive alive. So Brett Eskelson, who's from this area, coming back home today, keeps it going.
Really nice job by Rocco Becht. Watch him navigate the pocket. There's nobody up and downfield. He missed an easy flat route, missed a wheel route for a touchdown. Now can you execute on 3rd down with money on the line? Great job finding Eskelson, moving the chains.
Here's Hansen snowed under. The picture for TCU right now, 6-2 their record, 2 of those losses in the Big 12. Everybody in the league right now, Mark, has at least 1 loss after BYU and Texas Tech today. So this thing's wide open again.
Handle your business. Again, we talked about this earlier. Head coach Sonny Dykes and navigating the psyche of this TCU team. A lot of talk around here, not necessarily in this program, but hey, those last 3 games. Hey, those last 3 games. Hey, you better show up and play Iowa State, regardless of record, regardless of however many DBs are suiting up today. They're going to make you earn it.
It's a play fake on 2nd down, backed in, complete. He wanted his tight end, Gabe Burkle, and it's a 3rd down. We had the schedule ahead for TCU after today. BYU, Houston, Cincinnati, all contending teams that you see in that picture. So win today, it's all right in front of you to go to Arlington for a Big 12 championship.
All right in front of you. And again, job one today is manage Iowa State. Iowa State has been struggling. Their quarterback is struggling. The defense struggling. What do they do on the first drive? Force a pick.
A pick from Trey Bell. Got Iowa State back on the ball. This is a 3rd down. Becht given plenty of time, and he rips it across the middle. A big-time throw to Gabe Burkle, who he missed on the last throw, and another 1st down.
Great protection up front. Show 5, end up just bringing 4, just an in-cut. And look at the big boy, 6'6", extending his arms, being that 3rd dimension, coming back to the ball as you see Devin Deal try to knock it down. Big-time throw, big-time finish by Gabe Burkle.
What an important conversion, too, for Iowa State, Mark. They were 2 of 14 on 3rd down in their loss last week. They picked up a couple on this drive after the takeaway. Abu Sama is ready to carry a full load today. Iowa State has both of their running backs healthy, including Sama.
Yeah, their offensive coordinator, Taylor Mauser, told us, hey, we're going to try to get Carson Hansen and Sama kind of equal reps and ride the hot hand as we go. Against TCU teams have had, mixed success with the gap runs, which is kind of what Iowa State is known for. Sama known for outside run, the toss plays, crack toss, stretch, and mix it up well.
Well, he got 7 inside the tackles that time to set up 2nd and 3. So showing a little bit of both, back healthy. 2nd and 3. And complete again. This is Ben Bramer turning upfield, churning to the goal line. Bramer's in for a touchdown. Incredible that he's even playing this week, much less scoring the game's first score.
Benjamin Bramer, the son of a tough Nebraska high school football coach, said, well, he's carted off last week, coach, albeit I'll be back in a minute. And then he said, I'll be in practice on Monday. And then he just caught the ball. Great protection, throw, catch, finish. Wow. You couldn't write that at Disneyland.
I mean, there were tears streaming down a lot of faces as we got a fake on this PAT, and it is no good. So Iowa State, after Ben Bramer's touchdown, run a fake to him. And Ben Bramer, after that terrifying moment last week, back in practice, non-contact, but ready to play on this Saturday. And a heartwarming score for Iowa State to lead 6-0. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
That's a way to tailgate. They got some Caleb bacon.
Some long tongs right there.
Some Caleb bacon on the grill. Well, Ben Bramer, 5th touchdown this year, and incredible after what happened last week that he's even in there.
I mean, like we talked, you can't write this stuff in Hollywood. This is the greatest thing about sports, greatest thing about college football. Are you kidding me? The scariest moment ever, to joking around with it with your teammates, to scoring on the road against TCU.
There's a Trey Bell pick that got the ball back for Iowa State. Now Major Everhart to the outside. Can he turn the corner? There's a flag down. He's across the 45 near midfield, but a flag just past the 15. That's about where he veered to the outside and got free, and they'll march that penalty flag up to the 20, which is exactly where that creased on a 45-yard return.
Sonny Dykes is still livid about the interception that they awarded to Trey Bell, and now talking to the officials.
During the return, holding receiving team number 81, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Chase Curtis is called for the penalty. Captain Curtis, after the touchdown for Bramer, came off of the Trey Bell interception, his 2nd of the year.
Play action pass, pressure off the edge by Isiago, just makes him speed up his operation, and a great pick by Trey Bell. This capacity crowd, and Sonny Dykes thought it hit the ground, but a dream start here for Matt Campbell and company.
So Hoover back out there. His first snap after the pick is a Kevorian Barnes carry. And before our full audience joined us, Mark, we started to outline the struggles that Iowa State has had keeping their secondary healthy.
It's just borderline comical. Both corners, NFL-worthy corners, 6 safeties, multiple linebackers today. These guys, man, Matt Campbell, defensive coordinator, John Haycock coaching with 2 hands behind their back.
Well, it's 2 straight runs. Cooper Ebel up to make the stop. So now a passing down coming. And
then that's what you worried from the other side of it. And Sonny Dykes and company going, man, worried about this. And there's a look at that. One linebacker and then basically the entire defensive back room. Those top 4 in yellow are out for the season.
Well, they lost Will McLaughlin this week. Tayshawn James, their safety, officially ruled out this week. The big 2 are the all-league corners that they lost early on.
Defense coordinator John Haycock with 5 across, showing broke linebackers up. Here they come.
Pressure coming. Hoover protected, and it buzzes through the hands of the crossing route for McAllister. So in a game that TCU has to have for the Big 12 title, they go turnover, 3 and out to start their day.
Yeah, just a big-time stop, showing that 0 blitz. They brought it, but those 5 guys in the back end basically zoned it out, matched it up. You could see right there, triggering on the shallow concept by Eric McAllister, just missed it. That's what Sonny Dykes was worried about, letting them stay in it. Being ragged as a start. Playing cleanly.
Wow. Ethan Cross slipped and ends up taking a TCU bounce, but not Cross' best after he slipped inside his own 5 on just a 31-yard punt. Time for today's Game Flow, sponsored by Progressive. A beautiful day in Fort Worth. Fans know what's at stake. Win the rest of the way, and TCU could go to Arlington, but it's Iowa State trying to play spoiler out in front. Well, this was the scene last week. Ben Bramer collapsing in the fourth quarter. The concern everywhere across college football, especially at Jack Trice Stadium in Ames. Went to the hospital, was discharged that night. And Matt Campbell even said, if they would have said we canceled the game, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But a week later, here he is scoring a touchdown.
4 tackles, running through Uzama and his boys on top of him. Again, if we took this to Hollywood, they'd tell us to leave.
So back out there this week. He's on the sideline to start this drive. Iowa State started 5-0. They've lost 4 straight. As Bramer has continued to put up big numbers at tight end, win or lose. They're trying to snap that 4-game losing streak today. Here's today's Get More game plan, sponsored by Geico. Switch and save, get more with Geico.
Iowa State going big boys right there, and their mode on offense, cancel the deals. It's all set up by Devin Deal, number 11 for TCU. Start fast off that bye week. So far, they have not done that. And then both coaches said we gotta play clean.
Well, a little trickery. Rocco Becht is out of the backfield. It's Ben Bramer, the tight end, who just scored. That's throwing a pass. Becht can throw that. TCU's all over it, and he just heaves it to the sideline. Kylan Jackson was right there to apply the pressure and avoid any downfield trickery.
It's going to be grounding. I think they're going to say that Ben Bramer was not back in the vicinity. Rocco Becht, so it'll be a spot foul here, loss of down. They're saying intentional grounding. He said, hey, I'm trying to throw it back to 18, but it was too high.
Intentional grounding, offense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Penalty includes the loss of down. It'll be 3rd down.
This is when those tricks, they look so good on the board, and then you try to do them, so he's going to throw it backwards here so then he can throw it back forward. But the guy that threw it, Bramer, 18, right here, is not in the vicinity of the throwaway, so it's a spot foul, loss of down.
What about being out of the pocket there, though? Well, 3rd down and 19, and they set up a screen. Hansen juggles it and can't make the play. Devin Deal gets to the quarterback and gets the ball back for the Horned Frogs.
I think it was, behind the line, the original line of scrimmage. It just looked like it wasn't because it was so far back with the alignment, the backward pass. And here's what they want to try to do: heat you up and play zone coverage. That time it's only a 3-man rush. And he even gets there on a 3-man rush. Devin Deal, that's the magic of that guy. He voodoos around. He doesn't align conventionally very often. You have to concern yourself about him. And then they get home with a 3-man rush.
A punt from Tyler Perkins. Dwyer getting out of there. And it takes a TCU hop outside of the 10. And that's where the 3rd drive starts for the Horned Frogs. Interception. 3 and out for TCU, chasing 6 on the other side. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save, get more with Geico. Not sure what's more intimidating, that statue above the cheerleaders or the red blood jerseys today, but
those are pretty sick.
They are. A big day in the conference. Last night, Houston survives, pick in the end zone at the end. Texas Tech rolled BYU today. So 7 teams in the hunt to go to Arlington for the Big 12 championship, including TCU, who you're seeing right here on the ball. With Josh Hoover setting up a screen underneath, and it's not going anywhere. Iowa State's defense flying around to start this game with Dominique Orange out to get him.
Just a 5-man box. See, it turns into a 3-man rush protecting the back end. Josh Hoover says, let's get a little glorified run game going here on the perimeter. Not so much.
Jordan Bailey back healthy this week at wide receiver. Bye week coming at a good time for him. Ready for the stretch run. Barnes out of the backfield makes the first man miss, pursued by Ebel, and he's shoved out before he can get to the sticks. And here comes a third down.
That's another key to today. Patience for Josh Hoover to check it down. Patience for Kendall Briles, offensive coordinator and play caller. Can they be patient right there? Just a three-man rush again. Nothing downtown. Check it down.
No, not a good start for TCU. They slept walk through most of the second half in their game against West Virginia 2 weeks ago on offense. Just 3 points after halftime, getting out of Morgantown with the win. On a third down, Hoover lets it fly underneath, and Dwyer bouncing off it, hits, has the first down and plenty more across the 30.
Dwyer giving them another element. You see, they like having him and Bailey involved. A great compliment to Manjack. Ebel, 47, just misses the tackle. Had a chance right at the line to gain, and there's the challenge for Kendall Briles. Patience.
Back-to-back throws, back-to-back catches for Dwyer after a 9-yard pickup. He gets 10, and also a first down in this play.
Kevorian Barnes, he does it on the ground right here. Great job with the blitz pickup as they go fast here with tempo.
Some selective tempo for TCU. They won't go lightning fast today, and the first time they do, Dominique Orange is ready for it. The biggest concern that they have in this game, period, is big number 95.
Citrus, big Citrus. Yeah, how many times did Kendall Briles say that? No matter who's injured, 95 is the man. This guy's the real deal. He's double teamed right there. Just a quick swim. He's built like a refrigerator. He's the most athletic refrigerator I've ever seen.
Oh, and right back through the middle of that interior where Orange is standing. And it's Kevorian Barnes. You do have a banged-up interior for TCU on the offensive line today. Remington Strickland is starting at center, their backup, against a guy that's on Bruce Feldman's freaks list for good reason.
He's on Connor Onion's workout program right there. Look at that. Wow, he's just built like a rectangle. He's like a giant, athletic, angry rectangle.
Yeah, that 10-pound plate on the edge. I got you on that one, not the big boy plates. Hoover across the middle. That's not the guy he meant to throw it to, but it worked anyway. Through the hands of Dwyer and DJ Rogers with a 4-leaf clover first down.
Dwyer, the Idaho transfer, off the backboard with the kiss. Nothing but net. Go down and get it now, TJ Rogers. Wow.
You transformed into Billy Raftery there for a minute.
Yes.
A little Andre on the deck. Through the middle. Another good pickup for Barnes. He's also another guy that used the bye week to his advantage for TCU. Played just 17 snaps against West Virginia, but full go again.
Yeah, Barnes is again another guy that's going to be the game all day long. The collision. Where does that occur? Right there. It was about 5 yards, gain 6. There before, as they jump, before the check down gets a first down. Keep going, Barnes, man.
False start. Offense, number 56, 5-yard penalty, second down.
And as we were talking about, to try to do that on the interior today, Remington Strickland, we were kind of laughing about it watching the West Virginia tape. He played like all 5 positions, it felt like.
Yeah, we were looking at each other like, wait, is that 50? Wait, what's his number again? 55? No. Has been playing really well. Ben Taylor Whitfield is flagged there. There were about 4 guys that could have been penalized for that one.
Taylor Whitfield has flipped over to the left side of the line the last few weeks because of injury. So Ryan Hughes out for the year. Colton Deary out today, it would seem. Hoover to the sideline. His second pick of the day. A sprawling Caleb Bacon. But Josh Patterson with the interception for Iowa State. So Patterson, the true freshman, with his first career pick and the second of the day to follow up Trey Bell.
Pressure again. Marcus Neal Jr. in the backfield, helping out his defensive backmate Josh Patterson, going the other way.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. And by Qdoba Mexican Eats. The overalls are out. Cowboy hats out for a big game for TCU that has not started well for the Horned Frogs, down 6-0 with 2 interceptions for Josh Hoover. Usually takes great care of the ball, especially here. And it's Sama ahead on the first carry of this drive for 7 yards for Iowa State.
12 personnel hard ball run right there. Really nice drive starter, getting a chunk, 7 yards right there.
Weird beginning for TCU, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what Iowa State's dream start made. Make this as ugly as possible. Milk it out. Put a little doubt in the head of Josh Hoover and company.
Yeah,
pound it, launch.
Yeah, some real pressure on TCU to be efficient when they do touch the ball today, because Rocco Becht and ISU are not going quickly. As Hansen burrows ahead, he's got a first down. That'll help with clock control. They're moving it up 6-0.
Yeah, we're going to see this running back competition happen before our eyes again. Offensive coordinator Taylor Mauser. As we see one of the offensive linemen down.
It's Tyler Miller, their right tackle. That's been a spot for Iowa State where, despite all the chaos around them with injuries, they've been pretty healthy. So the right tackle protecting Rocco Becht, Tyler Miller, who has started 36 consecutive games. Amazing durability. Iowa State hopes that's just a few plays out to the tent and back in.
Yeah, Austin Barrett on in his Steed, the Indiana transfer. Another unbalanced play.
The best rusher is who they run away from, and Deal, opposite side of the formation, runs that play down. Wow. They ran away from him intentionally, and then Deal runs it down anyway.
Yeah, Devin Deal's really good. News flash. Starting on the left side of the screen right here. Relentless. We talked about this earlier. Edge pressure, chasing it down on a pin and pull type scheme, outside stretch version. Kind of Abu Sama's best play. He's not having it.
Wow. Man, Deal can fly. He's got his brother chewing up blocks on the interior. The pressure in Beck's face. He floats it out incomplete. Off the hands of Hansen. And that play plus the Deal play set up a third down.
And it's a Deal play again. Deal play beating the edge that time. James Neal off the edge. And he just gets home. You don't have to add pressure with him. Just the illusion of pressure. They line him up a million different ways. Right here, he's up to the boundary.
Repair the chains.
Carson Hansen
broke the chains.
Snapped the chains. Well, his bruising reputation is usually reserved for the 11 on the field, but
yeah.
Inanimate objects not spared from Carson Hansen. Snapped the bottom part of that. Look at that.
Come on, man, drop them. It's dangerous. They're made of totally different things nowadays, but.
You got to
11, 11, 11. Got to find 11 in protection.
He is standing up here. He's over the slot. And here he comes. Becht gets it away, short of the sticks, and the wrestle to the sticks won't get there. Chased so well, taken down by McIver. And a fourth down in their own territory for Iowa State.
It's going to be right at quarter. I think Matt Campbell will have a little time to think about this. They'll probably spot this a little bit further up. I think it was a little bit closer to the line to gain, which would give Matt Campbell even more to think about.
It's going to be a
hard count. We're at 7.
Yeah, they're notoriously conservative on fourth down. A little more aggressive this year with their injuries and playing from behind, but you would think a punt is on the other side. Through one, it's 6-0 Iowa State, looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, while TCU's got to have it in the Big 12 race. All right, so it is the offense coming back out for Iowa State out of the quarter break. Interesting.
Not a gambler. Matt Campbell told us he might take some chances in the special teams world, or fourth and manageable. With this stage of the season, why not?
Iowa State's lost 4 in a row. They're out of the Big 12 race. TCU very much alive. Less to lose for Iowa State. They go for it. They get it with Hansen exploding ahead. So a gain of 8 on the play when they just needed 2. Gamble pays off.
Going fast here, quads to the boundary. Got to throw it down here.
It's Hansen, juggle and drop.
That's the one where you're just doing the numbers game right there. It was 4 on 2. Another defender was showing up to the party. Austin Jordan was just late to it. Just got to squeeze that one. That's the kind of stuff right there. You just expect those guys to make it automatically, get Carson Hansen out in space. Not to be.
For TCU's defense getting prepped for this game, they're so loaded up for tight end. Playing inside the box with heavy bodies.
12 personnel right here.
A direct snap to Hansen. As Becht got out of there, Hansen finishes forward again.
Yeah, you see why they love this combination of Carson Hansen and Abu Sama. They're just different enough and just similar enough that you can do a ton of different things, playing through really what has been the strength of this team. The guard, center guard, Trevor Borge and Boniface, Brendan Black, and setting up a 3rd and manageable, and maybe Matt Campbell goes for it again on 4th down if needed. That'll determine a lot about this call.
Well, the guy right outside the picture that you just mentioned, guard to guard for Iowa State, right tackle Tyler Miller is back in after going to the 10th.
5 on the play clock.
For a few plays. Becht moving the pocket. Chapman pursued him, and Becht heaves it out of bounds. Chapman had the front side pressure. Ansel Denbub had it from the front side, and it's 4th down.
4-man rush, a little line game up front, play quarterback with him. There's nobody open downfield. The twist, Devin Deal coming inside. Good job, just abort mission right there and dirt it. Throw it into row 17. Give yourself the opportunity to do this right here, 4th and 4. That's a step forward that didn't happen the last couple games when he read and react, came back to it through bad picks.
Matt Campbell told us straight up, we don't like to live on 4th down decisions where we go for it, but here they are. 2 in a row on this drive. 4th and 4 to the sideline, a drop. Becht put it on the numbers of Carson Brown, and it clangs to the grass, and it's TCU football.
Literally a perfect throw that time by Rocco Becht. Good on that 1st down screen to Carson Hansen. Got it in the run game. TCU ball.
Well, the Iowa State Cyclones got to help out Rocco Becht more with the 2nd most drops in the Big 12 this year.
Yeah, right there. Just got to execute on that screen. And then this is the 4th down that, as you said, hit him right betwixt the numbers. 2 lost opportunities right there for big plays.
Betwixt?
Betwixt.
I don't think I said that.
That's Ball State.
No, that's higher brow than that. And a big play in the backfield for Iowa State to start this drive. Jace J. Gilbert, not to be confused with their kicker, Jace T. Gilbert, makes the play.
You expect something ending in 5 to be big citrus. Right here, 55, Jace J. Gilbert adding to his total.
Tackle for a loss starts the drive. Now McAllister on the screen, spins out of the first hit, and he gets wedged down near the 45. So it'll be a 3rd down and 7. Well, Josh Hoover, 2 interceptions in this game, and in the games that they've lost, he has thrown interceptions like today. Arizona State and Kansas State, especially that Kansas State game where TCU gave up 2 defensive scores to the Wildcats. It's a big story.
A lot of respect for this pass rush. You see the plan of offensive coordinator Kendall Briles, get the screen game going. And now 3rd and long.
A bunch of guys shifting around the formation, and a dart delivered by Hoover. First down, DJ Rogers.
3-man rush, good patience, good timing that time. Hoover to DJ Rogers, a 3-man rush. Cooper Ebel, 47, is a step away from here, a step away from there.
Josh Hoover not afraid to make those throws.
No.
Tight window throws. He's made a career out of that. Kevorian Barnes gets pushed ahead. He was stopped for about 3, ends up getting 4 or 5.
Marcus Neal Jr. that time led to that pressured and led to that second pick right there in the backfield, and they made a miss.
That's been a big missing part for some of this year for TCU, is their production on first down not having Barnes, who they feed twice in a row, and hopping through the hole to make it, as offensive coordinators always say, a coordinator-friendly third down.
Yep, third in anything right here is what you want. Again, like we talked about earlier, the patience of the play caller, the patience of the quarterback, all tested. As we have another Iowa State defender down.
Officials timeout for an injured offensive player. Correction, defensive player.
That is Big Citrus.
Big Citrus.
It's Dominique Orange. The nucleus of Iowa State's defense down in the grass before 3rd and 2. Fox College Football is sponsored by Allstate. You are in good hands. Well, maybe the next Max Duggan, Josh Hoover getting warmed up out there. Well, he doesn't have the gloves on, so probably more man-jack of him. But Dominique Orange, the injured player for Iowa State, good to see him back up. He was in a track stance, getting ready to go again.
Yeah, just got rolled up on. Watch his left angle or look away, as I always do on this kind of stuff. But he eventually bounced up and was working on his track stance to the sideline. Very good to see.
So out for a play where he's known to dominate. Short yardage on 3rd down. Right over the center, typically. Dominique Orange.
Zamir Hawk in there in his steed. Just a little guy, 6'3", 305.
He's giving up 20 pounds compared to Orange.
Exactly.
Not a lot of times to see that big of a drop-off, and the backup is 305. On to 3rd down and 2. It is Ebel getting penetration on Barnes. Crashing in from linebacker to make it 4th down.
Ebel has been so close. This guy just gets in the backfield and makes plays. And right here, a big-time stop for Iowa State. 3rd and 3, triggers through, beats the pullers. And the offense is staying on the field in kind of a no-man's land situation. See what they actually do here.
TCU went 3 and out. They have a couple of turnovers. Nothing doing on offense yet. Maybe this can be one to give them a jolt on a 4th down. To the outside, it's dropped. Hoover put it right there for Trent Battle. And Trey Bell in the area again. Iowa State gets it back.
Trent Battle, who has been so good for this team, former quarterback, trying to, I guess, prove that they too can drop a 4th and manageable conversion. Right there, just no eyes to the tuck. Got to get your eyes to the tuck. It's great listening to Sonny Dykes. That's a combination of a few people. Sonny Briles, I guess that was. Sonny Dykes could not say enough great things about that young man and the trust that they have. A 4th down that proves it. They'll try to get it back.
I thought you were telling time. Sundial. First down for Iowa State.
40-yard dash.
Yes. They start on the ground. Good call, though, Mark, because that's exactly how TCU just got the ball, was Iowa State missing on a 4th down with a drop.
Nice drive start there by Sama. Gets 6 and then tags out with Carson Hansen. They're doing a great job of rotating these guys right now. Hansen has the lion's share with 6 carries.
1 carry for Sama for 5 yards to start this drive. Now it's Hansen's turn, and he is plowed at the ankles and got 2 yards. 3rd down and short.
Bud Clark, the senior, 21, just shot out of a cannon right there. Saw the puller. He knows who the running back is, who loves those plays, and ends it.
Well, those ball-hawking safeties bring it up third down. Becht has it knocked away. On the other side, it's Kylan Jackson. So what do we do now? TCU went for it. Iowa State went for it. Iowa State will punt now.
Matt Campbell says, I'm a traditionalist. Sonny Dykes, defensive coordinator Andy Avalos, they love this safety group. Jamel Johnson, they see as an NFL guy. Austin Jordan, Bud Clark have been fantastic. The backups, right there, Kylan Jackson, a big-time play. Do they have shenanigans?
Matt Campbell did hint at that.
It's like they're checking out of something right here. TCU in a safe punt mode.
No, it's all traditional. Traditional punt, traditional decision. And not returnable for Dwyer. He probably could have let that roll. Well, it's down right at the 9, but that could have been inside the 5. That was on an Iowa State bounce. Knocked down Kylan Jackson, gets the ball back for TCU. Rocco Becht looking for answers, up 6-0. Bucks College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. Always a good day at the Stockyards. You know, Josh Hoover has
the wrong Texas team.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was. What did he say during the bye week? Bought some calves. We were having a little conversation, a little white meat ranch. Calf purchasing and putting out to pasture.
He's got to get him out to wheat pasture soon. Well, this drive starts backed up inside their own 10. 4-yard gain for Jeremy Payne.
You can still see Hoover trying to settle in. He's wearing the glove. He actually had a different glove. I was in practice yesterday. It was a different style of clubs. Definitely the Elliott Hill approved Nike swoosh affiliation. And it doesn't look like that's affecting him. Just more miscommunication and pressure.
The 2 picks. Lost it on downs, lost it on a 3-and-out. And drills that one to the sideline for his best target. That looks a lot more like vintage Josh Hoover. First down to McAllister.
Just perfectly thrown ball. He has such a clean release. Just a single cut to the boundary. Perfect location. Let the big man, 6'3", 205, stretch out and get it.
Another one for McAllister underneath, and he's roped down. Another good pickup on first down. You mentioned the patience and how important that's going to be. We've seen all this stuff from McAllister underneath against the Iowa State defense.
You have to. John Haycock, defensive coordinator, he won against everybody. It starts top down. They try to, disguise a lot of stuff, certainly with more experienced guys in the back end. The Bo Freelers of the world. You can mess with guys from that 5 across. Here they're more committed. They're down in the box playing a more conventional look.
And Hoover almost threw that into more danger. It ends up being a first down. Patterson got him earlier. Dwyer makes the catch, first down.
Just play this here with Josh Patterson, eyes inside. He can't believe it. He's not going to commit both hands to this. He's going to throw 2 again. Man, could have made a big one as it is. Go up and get it, Dwyer.
John Haycock, defensive coordinator, has seen his defense come away with 5 takeaways the last 2 weeks, after none the 3 weeks before that. And Dwyer is back over the middle. So Hoover survived a close call, and now the offense is marching with another first down.
Dwyer on the crosser. Man, this guy is athletic, just a playmaker all over the map. It's interesting listening to Sonny Dykes talk about him. He just loses his mind every once in a while. A couple of those are on the return game, decision making right there, big time play.
Hoover running out of time. He's pointing. He has it knocked away. Chase Curtis, his intended target. It was Patterson again, with Elijah Carnell putting pressure on Hoover.
Yeah, Carnell, 56. Just beating the left tackle in pass protection. Josh Hoover winning enough of the race to get it out.
Big guy from Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas, Elijah Carnell. They redshirted last year.
They're good at football.
Well, they sure are. They're good at pumping money into facilities too. It's a gorgeous setting for high school football. McAllister on another string, spins off. There's the explosion for Eric McAllister. Another chain mover, and he's hollering about it on his way to a fresh set.
Trey Bell had the pick earlier. Now, can you tackle in space, one-on-one in space? It was all about a little spin cycle inside. Trey Bell got him earlier. McAllister got him back.
5 catches, 46 yards after that 15-yard hit for McAllister. And back to the inside run game for Barnes, but only a yard. McAllister has the best game for a receiver in college football this year. Went for 254 yards against SMU, second best in TCU history.
A very meaningful game around here.
Big
time rival game, and that havoc right there, that 2nd and 9, and that was without Big Citrus. Downey Orange back in.
And a fake to his area, and a nice catch by McAllister. He is heating up on this drive. First trip to the red zone, in large part, Hoover to McAllister.
Hoover to McAllister again. Really nice protection up front. They're going to bring the pressure right in his face. Picked up. Good anticipation. Thrown it in advance of the cut by Eric McAllister.
Barnes is run down. Marcus Neal. Never a false step with this guy, right?
Marcus Neal, man, is just a human highlight film. Sometimes it might be good for the other team. Majority of the time, it's good for them. He's got like a baseball line. It's like, runs, hits, errors, everything. The guy's, he's got like 15 different categories, forced fumbles, PBUs, TFLs. Whew.
And he makes plays that kind of look like TK Hernandez and Andy Pajes running into each other on the warning track.
A friendly fire.
Second down. There's Barnes crashing into Big Citrus again. Dominique Orange healthy, productive, third down.
Big Citrus says, come here. I am built like a refrigerator. I'm a perfect rectangle in every direction. Right there, just sticks that big arm out. Brings him to the ground, setting up 3rd and 11.
A lot of those 73 yards on this sustained drive, Eric McAllister. He's averaging a first down a catch. He's down to the bottom side. On 3rd down, needing 11. And it's his way, but behind him. Throw went out. McAllister goes in. 4th down. See McAllister smirking like, what happened there?
Just enough of underneath coverage, I think, that time. Caleb Bacon, 26, kind of flashed. Certainly a little bit of a miscommunication. Sonny Dykes will get that solved on the sideline. Or that was maybe a grown-up moment right there by Josh Hoover. Didn't love it, dirted it. Don't take a sack, don't make a bad play worse.
Nate McCashland leading this kicking game with Kyle Lemmerman still out. This from 36. And he drives it through. He's made his last 4 after the 3 for 3 in West Virginia. Now for a quick message from Allstate.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs!
Yeah. So we need
to... And it's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, bark boy.
These guys are crazy.
Your alma mater, Southern Oregon, what's your version of that with the Raiders? do you bark in meetings?
No, it's a, no barking. Silence. Silent assassin.
Just pillage the drawers of the office to say the Raiders are here. Well, Nate McCashland just put one through, his 4th in a row that he's made, and TCU with their first points.
It's got to be one of the greatest kicker names of all time, McCashland.
Cash, yep. Iowa State attempted to go for 2 on their touchdown by Bramer. And that's why they're sitting on a 6-3 lead after McCashland's field goal. Well, up and down 11 months, 2024, Iowa State, second time they go to the Big 12 championship game. School record 11 wins. All the talk of college football playoff with Rocco Beck coming back. They start 5-0, but then they lose 4 in a row, and it's directly correlated to losing their 2 all Big 12 corners for the season.
Yeah, those 2 corners are not just all Big 12 guys. These guys are consensus NFL guys. And then everything else happened from there. Is the 6 safeties in addition to that. And it's been tough sledding.
Jeremiah Cooper, Jontez Williams can both come back next year. Iowa State optimistic that both will. Backs underneath, complete to Burkle to start this drive. And his very productive tight end gives him 8 yards. And as a little ginger going down to the ground.
Officials timeout for an injured offensive player.
Ran a little shallow route. It's kind of V'd together. Elarms Orr and Canada there. They're just combining on the stop, going low because Burkle's so physical as a finisher.
Burkle still down on the sideline right in front of Iowa State's bench. Helmet off now.
Really good job right there by Rocco Becht. Top down read, getting that drive started.
Gabe Burkle, tight end for Iowa State, a guy that's held that locker room together. He's seen a lot of his real good friends go down this year with injuries. He's the guy that's being tended to here.
Yeah, we had a chance to spend some time with him this week, and what an impressive young man, as you said, and just looked like, again, both defenders were going low because Burkle just plays really, really hard. He's hard to get down, and it looked like Gabe knew, hey, man, something not quite right away. Popped his helmet off, and they were on the scene to address him.
Matt Campbell right there with his redshirt junior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Gabe Burkle. Rocco Becht has so much love for those guys. Said he spends probably most of his time out of anybody on the team with his tight ends. Concern on his face. And as Burkle will go to the tent for Iowa State.
Pure Iowa, Cedar Rapids native. Tough dude. This is where Boniface, 63, really rallied the troops this last week in preparation. Got these guys going. We'll see if he can do that right here and finish out this first half.
So Burkle hobbles to the sideline, and Iowa State, a week after they had the scary moment with Bramer, uncertain about Burkle now. And it's Hansen, who's been reliable no matter the score, no matter the record. He is always going to carry the mail.
Edge pressure right there, and that was a perfectly designed play right into it by offensive coordinator Taylor Mauser. D coordinator Andy Avalos trying to create the play for a loss, as you see Burkle making his way out.
Gingerly walking his way to the Iowa State locker room. Hansen is stopped. Big Marcus Deal set in the middle of the defense for TCU.
You see Tyler Moore in there, 82 for Burkle, and just misses on that back block. Alarms Orr and company. And the other deal, another big deal, the bigger of the deals.
Marcus at 325, Devin at 250. Combining on the stop, just a yard as we get close to the 2-minute timeout. 6 guys up at the line, coming right up the middle and putting a hit on Becht. Max Carroll playing against the big personnel for Iowa State this week with the pressure.
Got to protect inside out. You're going to see 33 right here untouched. So Rocco Becht realized it. That is his hot. He's got to get the ball out immediately. When you look away from that guy as a quarterback, you have to count on him coming. That's a good job, at least urgency-wise, right there by Rocco Becht, getting it out. And again, not making a bad play worse.
So TCU trying to get the ball right back after their first points on the field goal, and they'll use the first timeout.
A little bit of miscommunication here on the sideline, a new grouping coming in, and want to make sure you're totally dialed in and not make a big mistake.
Well, yeah, big play for TCU. Obviously, you get the ball back, but they're thinking maybe get the ball back and double up now, too.
Absolutely.
Because they get the ball out of halftime as well. Well, Fox College Football Friday is under the lights in primetime next week. It's a battle in the Big Ten as Minnesota takes on Dante Moore and number 9 Oregon. That's Friday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox. Enjoyed watching our friends Jason, RG3, and Alexa last night. USC and Northwestern with a Heward mention or two. Our old co-worker Brock, his nephew made a big play in the game.
Yes, he did. Controversial. Those Hewards, man, always controversial. Jason Benetti, I don't think he's invited to Christmas.
All the holidays have been canceled between the Benettis and Hewards. 3rd down and 9.
Cooper Alexander in protection mode in the backfield.
Pressure off the edge. Alexander picked it up, and the downfield throw is picked. Jamel Johnson and Bud Clark in coverage, and it was Bud Clark that picked it. Third pick of the year for Clark. The 6th-year captain when TCU needed it badly.
Just a tip of the cap to Bud Clark right here. He's in the slot, one-on-one. It's a slot fade. Ideal route against that. Pretty good, decent location. Eskilson's got to help him out there. Put that left foot down, go up and get it. Bud Clark, the better receiver skills, the better reaction, says, come here.
Well, he was on the playoff team a few years ago and spent his entire 6-year career at TCU. Memory of a lifetime for TCU fans and Clark, the pick 6 against J.J. McCarthy in the semifinal. And playing in another meaningful game late in his career and another big play. Kevorian Barnes off the edge. And that should take us, and will take us, to the 2-minute timeout. Bud Clark, he is inevitable. If there's a play to be made in the secondary, he's probably on the case like he was there. Now TCU hopes to turn it into points. Chasing 3. Well, the Microsoft Surface, usually a truth teller. Rocco Beck studying it after the pick. Here's the Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years.
Just a game of turnovers. That pick right there. Great play by Bud Clark, going up and getting it, just whipping out Eskilson's hand.
2 minutes to go till halftime. Over the middle, Manjack reintroduces himself to the Big 12. First down after a quiet couple of weeks.
Josh Hoover, 1 glove. Manjack, no gloves.
Yeah, who looks more like the quarterback? Manjack. He moves it into plus territory. To pick up a 22. Hoover underneath, battle, can't get to the sideline. Kale Brazino, who's getting the start this week, makes a good play.
Brazino, you just see him, the confidence building. Unfortunately for this unit, getting more and more reps with some of the other injuries. McLaughlin, Willick.
2 timeouts to the clock winding for TCU. Protected, Hoover, contested catch. Skywalking play, Jordan Dwyer. There is a flag down. Flag is down in the secondary.
There's a flag on the back end. Hoover was asking for a roughing. That was a dime that time by Hoover.
A 19-yard gain. Let's see if it's forward or backward.
We're going against Iowa State.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. That penalty will be enforced half the distance from the goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Manjack was covered, so he checked through it. We'll see the hit on Hoover. I don't think that's enough. I see why he complained about it. And then, man, we talked about Jordan Dwyer earlier and his athleticism. Great job going up and getting it, skying up there and validating that dime by Hoover. Hoover, that is a confident throw.
Dealing with the sore thumb. That's why he has the glove on. There's some rumors this week that he was getting surgery were not true.
It's bizarre.
But he did have the sort of thumb.
It's like Real Housewives of Fort Worth.
It was. Sonny Dykes quickly came out.
Unbalanced.
Said not true.
All 4 skills up top.
The battle stops in the hole. Ebel was there to meet him, and then Iowa State finishes him off.
Yep.
McDonough was the guy to get him after Ebel stopped him. Clock continues to wind after the 6th tackle for a loss in this first half for Iowa State.
They matched up on the perimeter that time, and again made the RPO game be the R version. The run, the numbers should have matched up. Great effort that time by McDonough.
45 seconds to go. It's another run with Barnes. And climbing his way inside the 10. He's down at the 8. TCU still sitting on those 2 timeouts ahead of 3rd down.
Barnes just plays bigger even than his 5'9", 220. He punishes people. As Coach Dykes is going to take a timeout.
So this gets late in the half. 1 timeout. And we will set this up after we hear from Mike Hill. See what's coming up in the State Farm Halftime Show.
Coming up on the State Farm Halftime, we got a battle for Big 12 supremacy between BYU and Texas Tech in Lubbock. Texas A&M looking to stay undefeated at Mizzou, plus 9th-ranked Oregon with a tough road test at Iowa. Can the Hawkeyes defense help pull off that big upset? Connor and Mark, we'll see you guys at the half.
Mike, thanks. Enjoyed hearing from Dan Lanning on Big Noon Kickoff in enemy territory on the pregame show today with Rob Stone and co. But this first half today has not been like the last few weeks where Baylor, TCU ended up scoring in the 40s. First half was good against West Virginia. Second half, not as much. But this has been slower end of the side for TCU.
Dominic Orange and company want to have something to say about that right here before the end of half and stifle the TCU plan to double up. Empty. Zone coverage, just trying to get an indicator.
Payne is doing shuttle runs on a 3rd and 7. And into the end zone, it's knocked away on a header. Quentin Taylor knocked it away without turning around.
Yeah, that's basically what they're trying to do, is get an indicator of coverage. They got zone coverage, and you're going to see Marcus Neal Jr. show up again right there. Almost had another pick. Well defended and forcing another field goal attempt.
Looked like a corner kick. Quentin Taylor going all messy on us. McCashlin will come out and try to tie the game from 26. TCU marching it down. McAllister and Dwyer off the right arm of Hooper. And before the half, they don't convert. Well, the worst sound in football for a kicker. The clang. And Iowa State stays in front at 6-3.
He's got to go back to Sonny Dykes again. Play clean. Focus on today. These are the kind of things right here. You're just going into halftime, get the double up, and tong.
And right when it felt like he was starting to trust the kicking game again, too. McCashlin, not the starting kicker at the beginning of the year. That's Kyle Lemmerman. And 3 points left out there. Instead of tie score, this game is headed into the halftime with Iowa State up 6-3. Trying to play spoiler with TCU still in the race in the Big 12.
Matt Campbell sprinting off the field. Loving this at this stage of the game. Too many turnovers from his standpoint. But we got a good one.
Sure do. 6-3 TCU hanging on in the Big 12 race. Look at the ball at a halftime. But for now, here's Mike Hill. TCU still standing, Big 12 race.
But blanking me.
Really. At the half, our halftime report card sponsored by Graduate by Hilton. Spirited stays in your favorite college towns. So back with Mark Helfrich, a former offensive play caller. I'm Connor Onion. Offensive guys probably don't like that first half very much, but DCs are having fun.
Hey, yeah, it's the fewest combined points in a Big 12 first half of the season. But we got to give tip of the big cowboy hat to the defenses. Kind of got after him. Josh Hoover did some really good things as well, except throw it to the other team a couple times. But that also came when he was under pressure. So again, kind of a total team deal.
It sure was. And remember, TCU has to win this game to stay in the Big 12 race, playing for Arlington. And the turnovers were part of the story for Josh Hoover. But then he really heated up after those 2 early picks. Jordan Dwyer, Eric McAllister on the receiving end of a bunch of those yards.
Yeah, you can see the split right there, and that includes some really confidently thrown layered balls to Dwyer over the middle, going up and get it. Eric McAllister just doing Eric McAllister things, and a little shot of defensive coder John Haycock. He knows what that man and this team is capable of.
And it's Major Everhart and TCU getting the ball out of halftime, and his window is closed out across the 20. So Josh Hoover spraying it around to those top 2 guys, Eric McAllister and Jordan Dwyer. Those 2 have combined for over 100 yards receiving.
As advertised, Manjack has been back in there. Bailey has been back in there without the services of Ed Small, at least for a short period of time. Getting the ball spread about.
And Colton Deary is in at center. We saw a lot of Remington Strickland in the first half for TCU. That's their normal starting center back in there. And it goes underneath for a minimal gain. Mr. Dominique Orange had pressure again.
Yeah, Dominique Orange pressure again, 3-man rush again. And just a little huge thing about this Iowa State team. Like right there, that's your best defensive player, 6'4", 325, has been in and out of the game, sprinting, getting double teamed, and getting a shot on the first play in the second half.
Well, running opposite of him this time, he was slanting right, and it almost broke running right for TCU for Barnes.
Caleb Bacon, just a big enough pipe there. Brazina combining. You can see Barnes is down again, 5'9", 220. You got to go low to get this guy down. He does. It's really just Brazina. 9 does a good job of shedding Bacon.
Barnes going into halftime. This has been a story. TCU has made an effort to keep him hot, to keep his body warm. Because when his body has gotten cold, that's when they haven't been able to use him much. As he's battled injuries a lot of the year. So he's out. Trent Battle is in as they empty it out on a 3rd down. Opening drive of the second half for Josh Hoover. And he is on target and past the sticks with DJ Rogers, a 1st down.
Josh Patterson kind of playing outside in top-down defense again like they do. They know exactly where the chains are. Move them, beautifully execute a play that time. The quick release of Josh Hoover.
So the drive continues after a first half for TCU. Didn't have a touchdown. And on the ground with Battle again. First time in 2 years TCU didn't have a first half touchdown.
Hard to believe with the weapons, but just, like we said, a couple misses were major. Turned into turnovers for Josh Hoover. Not what this man wanted. He wanted to play the cleaner of the 2 games. Did not necessarily win that first half. Had a couple penalties, missed field goal.
Hoover pulls it out. Manjack underneath, his 2nd catch of the day, and he weaves across the line to get 1st down out to the 46.
Really good job on the perimeter. Watch the receivers. You see 14 coming inside out the perimeter there. Really good finish. 26 Bacon pushed to the side.
Kendall Briles, offensive coordinator for TCU, has not had Manjack for about a month until today. There's Dwyer again, squatting in between 2 defenders, close to another 1st down. Give him 9.
Quick release again. Josh Hoover has come out firing, just adding to that 11 of 15 since.
looking at some of the release numbers for Josh Hoover and Aaron Rodgers in the NFL for years, known for his quick release. Hoover's numbers are the exact same as Aaron Rodgers.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
He pumps, holds it a little bit longer this time. McAllister out of bounds. Trey Bell's had a good day in coverage, including a pick. He was on the case there.
McAllister, a little hitch and go on Trey Bell. So really at this point, best on best. Watch down here, hitch and go, double move, and Hoover just throws it a little bit too wide. McAllister does a good job initially holding that box, giving Hoover a good chunk of green to throw it to. He'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, Mark, they take a shot on 2nd and 1. Now they come out unique formation, 3rd and 1.
A little receiver meeting out there on the perimeter. They shift it back into a conventional unbalanced look.
Oh, they shot the gap with Ebel, and Iowa State almost had it stuffed, but instead battle another chain mover. It kind of looked like TCU wasn't quite sure where to align pre-snap.
Yeah, watch 47 trigger as they shifted back in. They just lost him, didn't recount the front. And wow, normally Cooper Ebel makes him pay.
Iowa State lived in the backfield a bunch in the first half with 6 tackles for a loss, but they whiff on one there, and well, they get it right back. And after Ebel missed, everybody's on the case. Zamir Hawk,
Marcus Neal. Marcus Neal just sprints to the mesh point. This is a stand-up draw. Some people watch the Hoover. You can see 31. Hoover's gonna stand up like he's coming back. Goes, I know that he's coming, and I can't do anything about it. That's why a lot of people have a throw off of that as kind of the reverse, a pass-run option.
Hoover steps up, out of trouble, sidearm sling into traffic, and it's knocked down. Living dangerously again. Drew Surgis, almost with the 3rd pick of the day for Iowa State.
Yeah, Surgis, watch him trigger just to get a hair late. Hoover does a great job maneuvering. Jay Gilbert was on the case. Dwyer saying that was early. Probably right, but just not enough to get the call.
And Surgis in for Jamison Patton today. And starting safety.
Take care of the rock again here. This is the shell that defensive coordinator John Haycock likes to play with. Play every coverage in the book.
Hoover has to check it down.
Make you do that.
And Trent Battle, and Iowa State wins underneath like they're known to do. Go underneath, rally to the ball, 4th down.
That's exactly right. Just a really good job there. And tip of the cap to Josh Hoover. John Haycock, that devious defensive mind right there. Drop 8, make him check it down. Goes from 3rd and 14 to 4th and 8. Right here, maybe a hard count.
Is that devious? Is that what he said? Devious defensive mind?
That's the nicest thing you could say about me. Just a massive respect to that gentleman.
We saw TCU, no man's land, end of the half. Converted 4th down, kicked a field goal and missed it.
This is their base look right here. 3, 3, 5. The voodoo happens with those 5 back guys if you can be effective up front.
4th down. Hoover's got plenty of time. Hoover on the move to Manjack. A guy in gotta-have-it situations is marked short, actually. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think the line judge on this side is going to correct it. That's where they work together. The opposite official actually has the better angle, and they'll obviously take a look anyway. The key there was converse, so drop 8. So you got to get pressure on Hoover with 3. They don't.
When the receiver gained possession, he was short of the line to gain. First down, Iowa State.
So right there, they're talking about, did he bobble at all? Which, of course, that sideline is going to say bobble, bobble, bobble. If it is a bobble, it's where you gain firm control. We'll say, and there is a bobble. So there's the firm control. Be able to match that up and take a look.
Okay, so ruled Iowa State ball when you come back with 5 minutes gone in the 3rd. Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive. Progressive is helping veterans drive their lives forward with its Keys to Progress program. And by Jeep. There's only one. With Mark Helfrich, Connor Runyon, early 3rd quarter in Fort Worth. And this on review was ruled a TCU first down for Manjack.
Yeah, a really good job by the officials getting together. Right there is where he secured it. He absolutely did bobble it, so that's why there was a little hesitation.
Well, McAllister is wide open. The top receiver for TCU never has that much space. And another first down.
That's where that RPO just deadly. Hard sell, full commitment by Iowa State to stop the run, get it to their playmaker.
So TCU survived 4th down and 8 on review. Now McAllister for 19, and they're right back in the red zone. And a crashing Brazina.
See the Bacon in the backfield, Ebel in the backfield, Brazina taking his shots.
After no gain on the 13th play of the drive, the 14th play of the drive will have to wait. We saw several looks at that play on the sideline on 4th down, and then we saw Sonny Dykes with the officials.
Yeah, I think he was just, he wanted to go probably some sort of tempo or whatever to get it going, but it was 100% justified and easy to say from here. I think one of the officials was a little banged up there.
Please put 25 seconds on the play clock. 25.
So it wasn't an offensive player or defensive player. That's what you would talk about for resetting the play clock. But just wanted to, talk to the officials and get to know, the holidays. Just check in.
Maybe he's invited to the Heward Thanksgiving instead of Jason.
He'd be at the fun party.
2nd down and 10 off the play fake. Ball to the end zone. Flag flies. Dwyer! Incomplete. Dwyer saying, come on, I got a foot down. Got to check on a flag, too. Flag is down at the 2, that side of the field.
Dwyer saying, check my divot. We had 2 flags out immediately. That is firm control, both feet in. Does he survive the ground?
I don't think that ball ever moves.
Looks like a touchdown to me. Let's see this angle. Firm control. That is going to be an and-one touchdown if this is defensive pass interference. But
holding. Defense, number 24. A penalty will be enforced, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So the cliffhanger for the TCU crowd, they have their first touchdown to celebrate of the day.
I think the next words out of Stephen Barron's, our previous play, there we go, our previous play is under review. Because this impartial crowd, I think, is correct this time.
Yeah.
Let's see what Mike Pereira thinks.
Like, this is a touchdown, right?
Yeah, I sure do. And I see Sonny Dykes like, well, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Yes, you would accept the penalty since they ruled it incomplete. But you can see here he's got control, and then he gets a foot down, body part down. Now the issue of control there. When he hits the ground, he does maintain control. Here, to me, you turn this into a touchdown and decline the defensive holding penalty.
Yep, that's good in every level, right?
Yep.
Both feet in, firm control. McAllister saying, run it back. Jordan Dwyer is going to be on the board.
After further review, the play is reversed. It's a touchdown.
That man's fired up.
Well, before the penalty and the touchdown, I think the shirt was on.
Couldn't believe the call.
3 stages of celebration for this great crowd in Fort Worth. And the first lead of the day for the Horned Frogs. At 9-6, now the PAT for McCashland. And it is good. From incomplete to incomplete with a penalty to incomplete to reverse to a touchdown and a penalty. And then shirts went flying at TCU. They lead 10-6.
Oh boy, let's go.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. First touchdown of the day for TCU. And they said, give him hell, over and over again. So 10-6 TCU in a game that they're trying to keep 2 in the loss column in the Big 12, which would keep them alive to go to Arlington for the Big 12 championship game. And this return out across the 25 near the 30 for Aiden Flora. Time for our Aflac trivia question. Flag is out. Get help with expenses. Health insurance doesn't cover with Aflac. How many current Big 12 schools have won an outright conference title since the league formed in 1996? So you just have to get the number, not all the teams.
This looked like late action personal foul.
You're buying yourself time on your
sorry,
guess on the Aflac question.
I was looking for the.
No, that's
it's
more
the
important.
number of teams.
Hold on. Let's get this announcement.
Stephen Barron's talking.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 33 of the kicking team. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
It's linebacker Max Carroll playing on special teams, so improved field position for Iowa State. Understandably, a little bit of a cluster getting us into that trivia question. But there's the personal foul. Right side of the screen. That's just a little
silly.
All right, so the drive starts at the 44 for Iowa State, and Hansen is chased down. Zach Chapman coming off the edge.
He is athletic. The Missouri City native coming off the edge, doing his best. Devin Deal chase him down for the backside impression right there.
Missouri City, that's Beyonce's hometown.
I did not know that. You are hip in many ways.
Oh. Shouldn't have any problem getting information if you're from that hometown. Second down. Here's Becht. Oh, Deal got slammed and the ball is dropped. Chase Sowell could have turned and had a first down after Iowa State did a good job on Deal.
Just really good timing. Watch them chunk up top. This is their pass rusher, their threat. Carson Hansen, a quarterback's dream, chunk him right in front of you. Really good timing throw. Irako Becht just eyes to the tuck, finish drop by Chase Sowell.
That's the 4th drop of the day for Iowa State. They have the 2nd most drops on the season in the Big 12. So 3rd and 11. And Becht goes right back to him. Sowell gets his revenge immediately. Same area of the field, same route, and he slips through for a first down.
Exactly right. Good job by Irako Becht going right back to him. You get edge pressure. Devin Deal coming off the edge. So well known, he's got to make up for that last play. Runs through that would-be tackler moving the chains.
The kid from Humble, Texas.
No hate. No H. They don't hate.
No H. H is silent. Humble. Chase Sowell. TCU tried to get him out of the transfer portal. Ended up picking Iowa State. It's Hansen. And 5 Horned Frogs there to get him, but not before he's downfield across the 40 with 7.
Really nice design here. The motion down. They get a double team on Deal right at the point of attack. That's 11. Watch them double team to set the edge. Ben Bramer, the puller, the kick out. The kick out was Cooper Alexander. 2nd and 3.
Iowa State did not run the ball as well as they had been running the ball in the first half. They're averaging about 4 yards a carry. Sama, the other running back healthy today, and a first down to the flag out. Near the end of that run, the flag flew. There's also an injured player down. Channing Canada hobbled over to the sideline.
Yeah, he got kind of roll up there. These 2 guys were battling, but I don't think that was the penalty. Let's see who they bring in for Canada after we. It's going to be on Iowa State. It's just a matter of it's a block in the back or a hold, I believe, right at the point of attack. Back-to-back gashing runs there. Too bad if you're an Iowa State fan.
Holding offense. That penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. It'll 2nd down.
That's Canada, one of their starting corners for TCU. The hold backs up Iowa State.
So well. Yeah, no doubt about it right there. And wow, that is a weird thing. It almost looked like he grabbed his hammy after being held. See if they attack this corner new into the game.
Javon McIver is opposite Vernon Glover, the new corner into the game. And Hansen burrows ahead for not much. So third down ahead.
Think about what Matt Campbell has done. Still 2 down territory. Going to a more pass-friendly look here. Looks like it's going to be 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end.
Definitely 2 plays to get 4 yards.
Yeah, I would think so in this kind of no man's land spot. See if they use Tyler Moore, 82, to chip in protection, or if they keep him out here as a coverage indicator, or do both. Right there, it's zone coverage.
And TCU stacked him up, backed him out, and Sama squirms ahead. First down. Needed 4, got 5.
There's your, we're going to go for it on 4th down. Really good design here. Motioning 82 down. Tyler Moore just running a split zone. He's going to come down here and block this backside. The zone play goes this way. Really good against 3rd down. Any kind of pressure funk that TCU is bringing. They were playing vanilla. Good execution by Iowa State.
You don't see that from either of these defenses. Vanilla very much. It is exotic all day long. There's Hansen bouncing off hits, driving the legs ahead and close to another first down. He gets 8.
Gap run chunk, Sama inside zone, outside zone. Man, these guys are just so good. Again, pair off each other so well. Watch his eyes. He sees that front side backer. Obi Izor just gets a little buried inside. Gets on his edge, 2nd and 2. If you're gonna have a trick, this is where you'd want to do it. It's just keep yourself in manageable 2 down distance on 3rd.
A good look at Brendan Black, the right guard. A lot of these chunks coming off those guys. And right between the guards, once again, that is the sweet spot for Iowa State.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to head coach Matt Campbell talk about these guys. Jim Boniface just is the heart and soul of this team. Trevor Boer, Brendan Black, they take after their offensive line coach, I know very well. And they are personified. Ryan Clanton, just put your head down. Dirt dogs, play hard, finish right to the edge of the whistle.
Ryan Clanton, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup eating champion. Guinness World Book of Records nominee. Here's Sama, and not much out there. They had the edge sealed, and he's swung down by Elarms Orr. Those active linebackers, their leading tackler is Elarms Orr. He makes one here.
Yeah, Elarms Orr saying, hey, let's just end this. Both backers, watch these guys. This turns into a goal line drill, inside run. Obi Izor sets him up, lets him run over the top. Really good tag team right there.
Elarms Orr has 8 tackles, so he's halfway to what he's been at the last 2 weeks. Back-to-back 16 tackle games. Brings up the 11th play of the drive on 2nd down. And back to a high ball. It's knocked up. It wasn't secured. It was! Bud Clark for the 2nd time today.
Ben Bramer, massive human being. Total confidence in him from Rocco Becht. Goes up, gets it. Separated from the ball. Bud Clark says, I got that. Here's who's going to end up with it. Bud Clark. Here's Ben Bramer, 6'7", right? Rocco Becht's going to trust him. Vernon Glover has other ideas coming into the picture right to left. Going up and disrupts the catch point. A great effort by Bud Clark. Stretch out pick, high fives.
Vernon Glover is a half a foot shorter than Ben Bramer. Went up to go get it. In a secondary that's anchored by their safeties, come up with their 2nd pick of the day, and flags are out. First play from Hoover to McAllister, and Trey Bell will be called for the flag for Iowa State.
It's one of their favorite things to do in this spot. They've thrown that ball to McAllister off of a lot of different RPO actions. Here's the cut. Trey Bell, just a little hold on top. Realize he's beat inside.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Less than 15 yards, so it's a spot foul. But better than the band playing at the other end.
Right. 6th penalty on Iowa State. The drive was moving for the Cyclones. They were getting it done on the ground. And one that goes airborne is 2nd pick of the day for Bud Clark. And now Hoover in the offense for TCU, looking for a 2-score lead.
So under 15, that coach-to-player communication goes down. So they go the old school signal route.
And they signal a fake and a throw. And it's out to Dwyer, close to another first down. Got him a yard short, give him 9. This TCU offense went without a touchdown in the first half and then converted on a 4th and 8 and put together a 15-play drive last time on the field. And a burst ahead for Jeremy Payne. Needed just the one to convert, and he explodes into the 2nd level with 14 and a first down.
Payne from Beyonce's hometown. I just learned Missouri City, Texas. Is that what you said? Missouri City? And great pad level, great ball security when you come in as a backup. That's job number 1. Take care of the rock.
Injured player Josh Patterson. All right, our Aflac trivia question answer. Get help with expenses that health insurance doesn't cover with Aflac. Quick, get your answer in. What do you got?
8.
Oh, 5. You're 3 off. Arizona State, Baylor, Colorado, K-State, Oklahoma State. Those are the current teams with outright titles. TCU, TCU was not outright in 2014.
I mean, if you put current on there, sure. OU. Oh, never mind.
Are you calling on technicality? You got it right?
Bob Stoops and Lincoln Riley, have a couple of issues.
TCU shared it, by the way, in 2014.
It's nice of them.
They shared it with Baylor. And looking to get back there this year. They would have to win out, most likely, to get there. But just 1 game back of first place after BYU lost to Texas Tech today. A 4-point lead for the Horned Frogs. Hoover on the move. He doesn't have anybody down there, so he keeps it himself. The reach and a hit comes late out of bounds, and there's a flag. And Caleb Bacon flew in and well onto the white of the sideline. Hoover was clipped.
It's a good decision here by Hoover. His routes were covered. This is a predetermined rollout, trying to get him away from the pass rush on the edge. 2 deeper routes that he came off of were covered.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 26, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be added.
And he guys gets blocked into him,
first down,
in my opinion, but Sonny Dykes will take that for sure.
A little bug in our ear. Mike Pereira saying the same thing. Mike, now you're a bug in America's ear.
And it's tough on the official because you just see the hit out of bounds, but you've got to piece it all together to see that it was an actual block that blocked him into the contact. Nothing at this point that replay can do about that.
Yep.
So 11-yard gain, tack it on with the late hit. And Payne, who had the block to free Hoover, now gets to carry himself. And he's got 7.
Jeremy Payne, man, you're discovering something here. You get a chance. Barnes banged up. Battle, coming in relief. Caleb Bacon is down, but Jeremy Payne, he is back healthy, and you understand why they're so excited about him. It's a great cut.
Yeah, the other backs like to rumble a little bit more, especially Barnes, and Payne is more of the wiggle and elude
slash
type back.
Kind of one cut. Yep.
Caleb Bacon, the injured player for Iowa State. Well, we remind you, Fox Sports proudly salutes our nation's veterans and the organizations that serve them. Our veterans deserve to live with dignity and independence, not on the streets. And that's why we're making camo our cause this Veterans Day in support of the Honor U.S. Vets campaign. To donate and learn how you can help end veteran homelessness, visit go.fox/US-vets. A great history of service here at TCU. This is their Hail All Heroes game. Horace Carswell won the Purple Heart out of TCU. That's the only Horned Frog to ever win the Purple Heart for his service in World War II. Well, TCU has matched their rushing yards on the game on this drive with 32. And they fake a run and quickly out to the perimeter. McAllister, and he's swung down by Brazina, but he's got enough for a first down.
Brazina 9, almost running out of his number right there on the back. Tremendous effort to the ball. Again, just can't say enough. These guys playing on fumes. They they basically have no backups at this point. They're practice players. They're special teams with all their depth issues still playing their hearts out.
Pretty much everything is a walkthrough right now for Iowa State because of their injuries. Hoover taking a shot to the end zone, and it's broken up. Quentin Taylor, deep in that well of defensive backs, knocks this one away.
Yeah, Quentin Taylor Jr., watch his vision back. Sees Hoover, and he's like, again, he just kind of loses his footing. Great job of ensuring Dwyer doesn't do a superhuman thing, which he does, and breaks it up.
Taylor's giving them a lot of optimism for the future of their secondary. Mentioned it before how those two all Big 12 corners, Cooper and Williams, could come back. But a redshirt freshman and Taylor getting a lot of time because of those guys being out. Well, the fake went the wrong way, or the handoff went the wrong way at first, and Payne ends up making something out of it. More tough yards in relief in the backfield for TCU.
Yeah, mixed up exchange here for sure. Luckily right there they didn't have an RPO element. Sometimes that can create even more of an issue. Josh Hoover and Jeremy Payne on different pages.
Getting late in this third quarter, TCU in no hurry. We'll have to snap it again. 5-second difference, play clock, and the game clock. A big play in this game, and what's finally the final play of this third quarter. And Hoover to the sideline. McAllister rumbling inside the 10 for a first down.
Just a human security blanket right here, man. Eric McAllister tearing it up today.
Well said. TCU gotta have it game if they want to stay alive in the Big 12. Looking much better out of halftime. Up by 4. To the fourth we go. Well, Mark Helfrich, you got a little Western in you.
Love it.
You've done a little roping in your time.
Very little, yes.
I know you can appreciate this trip here, though.
Absolutely.
Well, this is the big picture of what's on the line here in the fourth quarter. TCU hanging on with 7 teams in the race for Arlington. And it comes down to this fourth quarter with TCU driving up 4.
Gotta finish here if you're TCU. Sonny Dykes. 10-6, a one-score game. Iowa State loves that situation. Can they get a stop?
Everhart across the formation, first down and goal. Pump, Hoover flies it long and incomplete.
So right there, trying to get a double move to Eric McAllister. So they were sliding after the motion with Everhart. Pump fakes it to him. Defensive coach John Haycock and company double teaming McAllister, forcing the throwaway from Hoover.
Understandable, you double team him.
Amen.
A career high 10 catches for 99 yards. The catches are career high, the yards are not for McAllister. All that to say he's having a big day. It's Wildcat, and Iowa State's ready for it with Battle taking the direct snap. Flag is out on what would be a 3rd and goal from the 3. That spot's about to move.
Yes, you can see multiple.
Offense, number 51, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Colton Derry, good that he's back in there. Bad that He's flagged there, and he was shocked like most offensive linemen are. They can't believe it. Back in at center. Just working the nose. Just hands outside, that opens up that interpretation. You can see why they called that. He will disagree.
Oh, massive penalty, backing it up to the 17 with field goals even at this range not being a layup for TCU. We already saw him doink one before halftime from short range. So at minimum looking for a touchdown lead, and that throw is off target. It took Dwyer upfield, and they can't do anything with it. Third down.
This is one of those just throw and catch, just money plays here, just easy money layups. This is those ones you count as run game. Josh Hoover is disappointed in himself right there, give himself the clap and the international my bad signal there to Dwyer.
Well, you don't see him miss those.
No.
Well, one of the best around, Josh Hoover. Facing a third down and goal, holding backed him up to the 17. Payne back in there. He's in to protect. Hoover sees pressure. Ball out quickly. Jump ball is knocked away. And there's a flag. Carson Van Dinter in coverage. After Hoover got popped, flag came out in the secondary.
Hoover did a great job of throwing this to a safe spot. Really going to get a catch or a PI. Here's the pressure. The unblocked blitzer coming from that third level. Clean hit there, not on the other
Pass
end.
interference, defense number 36, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Klosterman was clean on the pressure. Van Dinter was not on the coverage. And that wipes out the hold.
Yep, just early. Manjack trying to, that's a great job by Manjack. Really has no chance to make it, but just draw that contact as you come back to it. Officials can't do anything but throw that flag. Right back to where we started, first and goal.
Now this is down where the hold happened. They backed him up second and goal. Back to the 2.5-yard line. TCU going for a 2-score lead early in this fourth. Play fake, Hoover pump. Pump again. His man finally comes free. Flag is out as Dwyer opens up for what is now a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a double move up top. Again, they're trying to get a version of a screen and go up top. This is going to be an and one. I think it's either PI or holding. But boom, boom. Whoop, whoop. That might be on Dwyer, actually, with the throw. It's 7 or 7. I can definitely see how Jordan Dwyer get called for offensive pass interference.
There are fouls on both teams. Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 51. Holding, defense, number 7. Those fouls offset. Second down.
And the mood swing to the penalties on goal to go down here.
Yeah, it's all about which 7, and then the second penalty on Deary. So he's the center.
First down.
This can happen as you're holding this a little bit long. No doubt about that one. That's the correct call. You see the umpire right on the scene. And then definitely a case to be made for that to be on Jordan Dwyer, not on Trey Bell. Hey, let's go back to first and goal.
Yeah, let's just relive this down and distance all day long. The third time down here, and TCU finally punches it in. Trent Battle off the direct snap. 2-score lead, Horned Frogs.
Cade Bennett, Ben Taylor, Whitfield, Deary. Great push inside here for the Wildcat. Finished by Trent Battle. It's the front, the left side of this offensive line. Watch the push. Gaping hole. And then Manjack, looking like Connor Unner, does this like little spring off the ground thing that just makes my back hurt.
A little bit of gymnastics from Manjack. Do not try it at home. And even with Mark's comment, I have not tried it at home. The extra point is good, 17-6. Trent Battle, who Sonny Dykes told us this week, I trust this guy in big spots with my life. They give him the ball on the goal line, pays off that trust. 2-score lead, TCU. Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. And by Wendy's. New chicken tenders. Ooh, look at that tendy sauce. Delicious. Yum. Well, Mike Pereira is with us. Mike, what do you think of this play down at the goal line?
Well, I mean, listen, I can see why he thought it might have been holding because of that left arm that's out, but really it's offensive pass interference. To me, he's totally controlling the defensive player by pulling him by the face mask. So
yeah, I was going to say it was
better would have been an offensive pass interference.
So that would have backed TCU up instead of 1st and goal from the 2, which they scored on. Would have backed him up again on goal to go. But after all that, offsetting penalties, Trent Battle touchdown, TCU by 2 scores.
Rocco Beck got to get it going here. You know, saw him on the sideline in this 2-score mode. Basically, they'll be in their base stuff, but get back into a two-minute. You know, if they can pick and choose when to go tempo, which they have done a few times today.
7 of 22 on the day for Beck with under 100 yards, 90 yards passing. He'll try to lead his team back. It's Hansen with a good start on the ground out to the 30. This game started well for Beck. First time they got the ball, marched down, Ben Bramer touchdown. Since then, TCU's defense has been awesome.
Here's their tempo into their quads, bunch up, stop.
Oh. Knocked away. You know who that is, Devin Deal.
Deal just patrolling up there. Man, that's one of those ones you see it a second time, you see it a third time in a game. He triggered up there. That could have been a pick going the other way.
He has had so much fun out there this year, roving around. He said he feels like he's playing the college football video game with himself. Roving from spot to spot.
That's him roving up top.
Standing up on a 3rd down. Play fake. Beck's little shoulder shake. Now he steps up, runs with the 1st down, and this breaks for much more as he slides across midfield. He needed just 4, and he got a huge chunk to keep this drive going for Iowa State with 25.
There's the old rocker watch. They're showing 6 up. They bluff, drop out of it. He gets tricked a little by the coverage, but knows I can replace that. All those linebackers running out of it to be in coverage. They don't match him. There's the old Rocco Beck to cross a 50.
He's been dealing with some injuries, so hasn't run quite as much. But a big play with his legs, and this creases Carson Hansen to the 2nd level. No explosives all day long, and all of a sudden, 2 in a row for Iowa State.
Rocco Beck, massive run. Carson Hansen, massive run back to back. Great kick out that time by Tyler Morse.
25 yards, then 24 yards. Back to Hansen back to back. And this moves forward for Hansen to 2nd down.
Biggest thing here again for Rocco Beck and company. It's a 2-score game. Any score helps them here. Right, down 11. They've got a touchdown, 2-point conversion, field goal, you know, combination, however it comes. Just don't force it at this point. You know you got those points in the bank.
Well, it's been a turnover-heavy game. Both teams have given it away twice.
Flora in the backfield.
Now the walk-on running back. Sidecar with Bex, who takes a low snap.
Oh, boy.
He steps out of Deal and gets it away cleanly with a flag out. The flag is down on Jamel Johnson, you would think. He was tangled up with Tyler Moore.
Jamel Johnson is an NFL safety.
Interference, defense number 2. Ball replaced at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So you want to be a quarterback, right? You get their best player, Devin Deal, coming off the edge, basically untouched. The tackle couldn't react to it. There he is now on the ground. Rocco Beck, again, brace contain. And here's the pressure off that backside. Just the left hands of James Neal. The third, and they're calling that grab with the waist. Yeah.
So it makes it a first down as Hansen has a few on the ground. And Sonny Dykes was wondering, is that catchable? But when in doubt, the officials go toward catchable.
The grab and restrict, supposed to be a significant restrict. And I could see why he might be mad at that one. I could see why he also got away with the one in the other end zone. So probably evens out there.
Mike agreed. And I got a new quarterback. Alex Mansky is in the game at quarterback. Well, the freshman quarterback gives him a bigger body at 225 pounds, and they do run him. Mansky is popped. He does finish forward, but paid the price. It was Max Carroll up to pop him.
Carroll, Bud Clark triggering Mansky, 225 and a collision. Bud Clark low, Carroll high. See what you got on third down, seeing if they bring in, comes Rocco Becht.
Mansky went out, Becht is back in. On a drive that's moved as well as any today for Iowa State.
Bramer's here, inside slot.
He had the only touchdown of the day for Iowa State. Bramer back in the first quarter. Becht, quick set. A line drive to the sideline. They can get a first down here, and he does have it. Chase Sowell, the Texas native, first and goal.
Really nice execution, just a push vertical flat route. That was the same play they ran to not get it on the fourth down earlier. Really nice execution, money on the line down.
Iowa State has been searching for a month. 4 losses in a row after a 5-0 start. And trying to spoil what TCU hopes is a run to the Big 12 title game with everything in front of them in this final month. A drive that reaches its 9th play. It's Hansen driving, reaching, didn't quite get there. Oh, one spot said touchdown, the other spot on the near side said down at the half-yard line. That's what they go with.
Just a really disciplined carry right there. Carson Hansen is not going to reach the ball unless it's fourth down or end of game situation right there. Great job securing the football, the most important thing in that guy's program.
At least a couple of plays to try to get a yard. All the big bodies in. Becht didn't get there. Becht is short. So the big bodies in for TCU, forcing a third down.
Just a mass of humanity right there. Going low, it's Dimba, it's Marcus Deal. Extra offensive line, or extra defensive line going in that goal line. He's coming out now.
What do you like, sneak here or something else?
They are really good at the gap runs. I think against TCU, also the edge. They got a big boy here.
It's Hansen at running back. It's Hansen fighting to the goal line. He's in to score for Iowa State. Back to a one-score game in Fort Worth.
Cola, the big back, helping out Carson Hansen, just being physical, great ball security. Good job securing the edge. James Neal, the third 75, finishing his guy in the end zone. Goal for 2.
Yeah, different type of ball security there, right?
Yes.
The trouble on the handoff. So a third different quarterback we see on this drive. This is Connor Moberly.
Backed up there. Version of Philly special? No, keep it.
And Moberly won't get there. Stacked up by Nnamdi Obiizor. Tristan Johnson also at the head. So Iowa State punches through on the goal line, stopped on the 2-point play. Back to a one-score game in Fort Worth. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Switch and save, get more with Geico. Mark Elfrich, Connor Onion, Carson Hansen for 6. Could have been 8, but TCU's defense with Tristan Johnson stopped him.
Yeah, big play there by TCU, answering the bell. You're not sour after even the touchdown. You got to stop that and keep it as a touchdown differential.
Everhart from his own 6. bounces outside. Nothing there. He reverses, and he's twisted down at the 21. Here's today's Reliable Performers, sponsored by AT&T Business. Reliability you can count on. Jordan Dwyer.
The Idaho transfer, the Washington native, has done it everywhere, blocking, quick game, mid-level range right here in the end zone. One-on-one up top, great trust by his quarterback, giving him space to the sideline and just going up and finishing.
Combined 19 catches and both career highs for Dwyer and McAllister in catches today. McAllister has 10, Dwyer has 9. Best they've ever had. This is Dwyer adding to that career high. He's up to double digits, twisting his way to the 25.
And that being said, if you would have said that before the game, we'd have been, man, how much did they win by, right? And just the turnovers, a little sloppiness here and there, and it's a 5-point differential here with 7:45 and counting.
There haven't been any huge gashes against Trey Bell and that injured secondary for Iowa State.
Nope. And you wonder, Kevorian Barnes has been held out most of the day. Backups in there. Just wonder if they're putting him kind of in only emergency mode.
Jeremy Payne makes it a 3rd and short. It's been more Payne since Barnes went out. And a big 3rd and 3 as we approach 7 minutes in this third.
This down and distance has just been RPO specials to McAllister, to Dwyer. McAllister's going to be the lone wideout up top. 3-by-1 to the field. It's McAllister.
One of the best third down passers in America. Empties it out. It's Josh Hoover on a 3rd and 3. Over the middle. Tight window. And it was tipped and knocked away. Oh, great play by the secondary again. Drew Surges for the 2nd time today.
Safety number 27, I think, in the rotation at this point. Just great recognition of the situation. 3rd and 3. Who that is, what the route structure could be. He drives on it. Perfect timing. Berzina on the scene, and he rips it out, starting the chainsaw.
So Iowa State will get it back. Quick work by their defense after scoring the touchdown to make it 1 score again. And Flora, returnable punt, out of the first search. He's got space, cuts it back. There goes Flora, the walk-on with a huge play to give Iowa State the lead. 78 yards.
What's that song? Counting Crows, hanging around. Just hanging around, making a play on 3rd down. Could they make a big-time play? Watch the blocks. Watch the blocks. Get him started right there. Great job starting it off, and then he does the rest. The cutback. The personal protector, the punter, aren't in position because of his great speed. He cuts it back, and this place is silent. They will go for 2, up 1 to try to make it a field goal differential.
And it's back to quarterback this time. For a 3-point lead, it is incomplete, but a flag with Sowell and Clark coming together.
Yeah, it's so well. Bud Clark is certainly going to argue that, but definitely restricted Chase Sowell's ability to run the top of his route. It's going to be a matter of whether this is holding or PI.
Pass interference, defense number 21. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. We'll replay the try.
And Bud Clark right there, you saw him gesture at the official, and he's laughing right now. He's like, yeah, you got me, I just don't want to make this too easy. Here he is right there. It's the top of the route right there. He's got his hands on the outside. Doesn't let Zero so well go inside. Play the next play.
So inching closer to the goal line after the penalty. Toss for Hansen, and he submarines in. It was Flora that silenced him on the 78-yard return. It's Hansen that lowers the volume that much more in Fort Worth. 78 yards of absolute joy for Aiden Flora. Cyclones by 3. Aiden Flora, small town kid from
Home
Iowa.
run hitter.
Yep. 78 yards to the house. And Iowa State is back in front. And TCU led it by 2 scores. Less than 2 minutes of game time ago. Everhart, can he pay one back? He gets into the second surge of the kickoff coverage. Out to the 35. It has gotten crazy in Funky Town. Here's the Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years.
It's been a little bit great. It's been a little bit incredible. Been a little bit ugly. And it's every bit of a 3-point lead right here. Josh Hoover has everything in front of him. After this Aiden Flora home run shot. We know who's at Weegen, DeGene, all those small town punt returners. Add another to the list from the great state of Iowa.
We don't want to say those names.
Don't say that, but just
Hoover, tip ball incomplete. Ooh, another moment on the ledge for TCU on a close turnover. Trey Bell with coverage once again.
See this back end again. They're playing with such confidence right now. Trey Bell breaking on it, almost a dream deflection to Drew Surgis.
Well, TCU with their season riding on these next 6 minutes. It's a strong field side throw for Hoover. Out to Dwyer, who has a first down.
D coordinator John Haycock bringing 5. They pick it up beautifully. Josh Hoover, the perfectly timed throw and catch. Strike to the field. The officials are going to discuss.
Timeout for an injured defensive player.
Marcus Neal is the injured player for Iowa State. After Dwyer picked up his 11th catch to add to his career high.
That's just one-on-one routes. Let go before he gets out. Gets out of his break, perfectly timed to the sideline. You could see Neal falling out right here at the end. You just see him lose his balance as he's finishing, trying to help out David Coffey, getting over the top, ensuring the tackle. The Cyclones will play hard.
And Neal is one of their hardest playing guys. He's back up, getting hydrated after he was the injured player. Approaching midfield on a 1st and 10. Hoover looking for a snatch him back, go-ahead drive after Iowa State just took the lead. And it's Payne, another strong run. He's been excellent in relief of Barnes. First down.
Great baseball player and a great feel right here. A battle of 26s between him and Carson Hansen. First down.
Here they go with a little tempo. Payne hits that hole hard. Shedding tacklers. Jeremy Payne, a revolution in the second half, and the ball comes out. Iowa State has it. Trey Bell knocked it free.
The movement on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Iowa State.
It was Drew Surgis at the bottom of the pile with the 3rd takeaway of the day for the Cyclones.
Said the great things about Jeremy Payne. Had been outstanding. Handled the rock heartbreak in Fort Worth. Watch Trey Bell coming in. Just a little bit low and loose to the ball security. Wrist below the elbow right there. Starting the chainsaw, rips it out. Almost does a DIY recovery. Surgis says, I got you. I got you, Trey. That is textbook strippage, not textbook ball security. Wow. Back, forth.
Was that TCU's hopes of a Big 12 title just being jarred free? Now they have to come up with a stop. 5:11 to go, and Hansen ahead for a few. Everything in front of TCU. If they can win today, they get 1 loss, BYU, Houston with 2 losses in the league, and then Cincinnati. All contending teams. in the Big 12. But Rocco Becht in Iowa State scored 14 points in 140. And now back with the ball.
Rocco Becht trying to bring him back to the hook. Hey guys, just a reminder, I'm gonna milk this all the way down. Don't want to keep those offensive linemen in their stances forever. It's a veteran move, now milk it.
Inside 5 on the clock is when they get it set, and Hansen is swarmed. So TCU now a play away from getting it right back after Elarm Zor is in the backfield.
Bramer coming in, the much more athletic tight end between him and Cooper Alexander. See what they have in store here for 3rd and 6. Let's track it just like Iowa State is. Where is Devin Deal? Where is he going to line up? Right now they're getting this call from the sideline.
He'll be up to the top side.
Yep.
The most disruptive 3rd down player in a 2-point stance up top side. On a 3rd down. Becht over the middle, zings it in. A clutch throw for Rocco Becht to Eli Green, who didn't have a catch before that. This one moves the chains.
You just feel like the revitalization of Rocco Becht is happening right here. The command, the confidence, getting through his progression, and just a strike right on the inside armpit, an absolute dime when they needed it most. They protected, eliminated Devin Neal from the picture. Big time play.
So that'll chew a bunch more clock. And 2 takeaways from Trey Bell alone in the secondary today for Iowa State. And this ball was juggling at the end. Hansen almost put that in the deck.
Version of split zone. Carson Hansen doing the glove wipe. He's getting the lion's share of carries today.
Well, 3rd straight game with over 100 yards, playing the best of his career right now.
When you're being mentioned with Breece Hall, you're pretty good, and these guys get combined. Carson Hansen, Abu Sama, really solid.
How about all the Breece Hall jerseys we saw driving into the stadium today? About Iowa State Breece Hall. It's Hansen. Shouldering the load again. 3rd down. That'll come after the 2-minute timeout unless Sonny Dykes takes one.
Really nice job. Got to give props to Tyler Moore there in the back block. They start him in motion. That split zone look, setting up a not quite 3rd in the ball game.
Yep, season will come down to the final 2 minutes for TCU, needing to keep that 2 in the loss column to get to Arlington. Above and Beyond, sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Well, Carson Hansen has a chance to seal this game for Iowa State. 3 straight 100-yard rushing days, while Jordan Dwyer's gone for a career high with 11 catches.
These 2 have been awesome.
Well, Matt Campbell said the obstacle is the way. He quoted Ryan Holiday, one of his favorite authors. Injuries have been the way and have been in their way, but they're trying to snatch one on the road.
A little hard count, trying to draw, see where they're moving.
It's Hansen on 3rd and 1. Not there on the first surge and not there on the second effort either. Timeout TCU. How bold will Matt Campbell get? The offense doesn't look to be going anywhere.
TCU has called their first timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Yeah, the line to gain is every bit of the 41-yard line. Obviously difficult from this angle, but you can see the battle and just a lot of humanity. Marcus Deal at the point of attack. That looks like it's perfectly spotted right where it is, nosed at the 40. 4th and 1 for the game. This just takes me back, man, to Matt Campbell in the press conference the other day. We've got to get back in rhythm. You know, our offense, our defense, and special teams. We've just been a hair off. And he said, I love the finishes. That's why you call it team.
Yep.
And just personifies again everything that this guy's about, that team's all about. To be in this position, playing with one hand behind their back, the decimation of injuries. And they're going to punt it away. Why? Because they trust their defense.
They'll send Tyler Perkins out. An Iowa State defense that has come up with 3 takeaways today.
The Mount Union stalwart puts his analytics book in the toilet.
And timeout Iowa State. Get a chance to see the TCU look.
Iowa State called their first timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
TCU's kind of in, you have to be in safe-ish mode here because there's so many things you could do to run for 1 yard, and it's not really it's a punt safe by Sonny Dykes and company, but it's a punt safe short yardage situation as well.
We'll start your Saturday strong as Michigan clashes with Northwestern at historic Wrigley Field. It all starts with Big Noon kickoff at 10 Eastern, live from Chicago. And then it's Michigan Northwestern, Big Noon Saturday, only on Fox, led by the one and only Rob Stone.
The host of Big Noon, that guy is excellent.
Anybody know that guy?
Tremendously good looking.
Well, offense is back on the field after the timeout.
Of course it is.
Hack. Beck snaps it. He runs out the back door. He's got the first down and slides at the 50. There is a flag out. So let's check on that.
Did Beck get hit late? I think Beck got kind of just rolled up on after he'd committed himself as a slider, is what it looked like.
There is no foul on the play. The result of the play is the first down.
And they decided to pick it up. Man, that's offensive coordinator Taylor Mauser drawing one up in the dirt. A little keeper. It's like one of those plays that goes for like 90 yards. And look at that, nothing. Get to the ground, protect yourself. And that as a first down. Wow.
Rocco Becht, he called him a warrior. Taylor Mauser called Rocco Becht, his quarterback, a warrior for all the injuries he's fought through this year. And 2 massive runs late in the game, despite all the pain that he's felt. TCU will take their second timeout with 1:22 to go.
TCU has called their second time to half. 30 seconds.
Well, Sonny Dykes told us this week, you know, our players understand the gravity of this moment. They know the season is on the line. This is the biggest game on our schedule.
That's the fight, that outside noise. Everybody else talking about, hey, man, BYU, Houston, Cincinnati, everybody else making a lot more noise. Not that Iowa State team. They're all beat up. Rocco Becht has been so up and down. Man, college football.
Well, Jamel Johnson, Bud Clark, the guys that we've seen make impactful plays today in the secondary, are very good at the punch out. Ball security has to be perfect for Iowa State. TCU will be desperate on these final couple of snaps.
It's basically goal line mode here. Iowa State any form of a first down and it's over.
And Hansen does go to the ground, ball in hand. Timeout for TCU, their last of the night. And the third down snap will come with 1:19.
The third and final timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
This is the picture. The Big 12 island of survivors is at 7. Will one get voted
wider
off?
And wider and wider and wider. Houston surviving last night.
It was 7-2 Iowa State against 7-2 Arizona State in last year's Big 12 championship game. Well, it looks like we might be headed back for something similar.
Just a massive tip of the cap. However this finishes up for that guy right there, Rocco Becht. Just it's been a tough year. He's been beat up emotionally, physically. Should we replace him? And then today, just when it had to happen, it was in the right spots.
Not pretty, definitely gritty. 9 of 24. Well, for those of you tuning in for Arkansas and Michigan State men's basketball, it's currently on FS2 and the Fox Sports app. We'll get you right out there right after this game comes to an end. 1:19 until that. Third down, TCU with no timeouts. They get a stop on this third down. And now the difference in play clock and game clock, about 20 seconds.
Carson Hansen did a good job securing that. Got to be inside the block there, Brendan Black. Speaking of basketball, can I propose something? Can we not show basketball scores during football season? Nobody scores 100 points. Wait, did Alabama scores 100 points? No, that's basketball.
That's basketball.
At least during the regular season. I can understand after that. Come on.
I hear you. I hear you. I said 20 seconds, about a 30-second difference here. And the game clock and the play clock. Matt Campbell let it drip all the way down to 0 on that play clock. So 34 seconds before this punt.
This will be max protection, secure.
It's called their second timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Quick kickish mode, whatever makes the most sense for your punter.
Well, TCU is on the march, ready to go take the lead right back. And some of these turnovers will make the tape of things that they wish they had back.
Yeah, pressure on both those also. And then just a bunch of drops, which that's happened. This is a doing. And then they rip out, take away to put him in this position right here. Sonny Dykes still got a fighting chance here with 34 seconds left.
Well, now you wonder, too, with that missed field goal we showed, how far do they have to get down before they even try it?
Dwyer is back.
J.P. Richardson took one back for TCU last year on punt return. They don't have one yet this year, and they won't have one here. It'll be 85 yards of field to work with 26 seconds to deal with for TCU.
Perfectly executed there by Iowa State, protected it, got it out quickly and cleanly, forcing the fair catch. Gold.
Well, Josh Hoover, more robust numbers passing than Rocco Beck to 291.
Clock to 27 seconds. 2 seconds.
But his hopes and dreams of going to the Big 12 championship and maybe a playoff come down to 27 seconds. Chasing 3. On empty on first down. Hoover gets it away. It's caught. Can he get out of bounds? They have no timeouts.
Moving backwards. Oh, he is going to call him out of bounds. He was moving backwards, looked like under control. That's why initially they wound it. She kind of talked into calling it out of bounds.
Well, that was just to move the chain. No, they do snap it. Clock moves, and the throw is incomplete. The DJ Rogers rushing up the sideline in 10 seconds to go for TCU. Yeah, they did just stop that for the first down, and not for the out of bounds. That shoot up a couple of more seconds for TCU. And needing a miracle now. No timeouts, 10 seconds, down 3.
Safety's about 30 yards deep right here. Full prevent mode, trying to get home with basically a 2-man rush right here. They've got 1 spy, 2 rushers.
Hoover back shoulder incomplete. And the clock reads 5 seconds, so probably the final play right here.
Yeah, Quentin Taylor Jr. trying to end that. Saw him working their end of game specials here yesterday. This is just going to be, they've got a couple versions of your, pitch and Cal Stanford laterals. Backward pass.
So the game comes down to the final play. Hoover throws it incomplete, or is it picked? Regardless, the game is over. Quentin Taylor is there, and Iowa State has stopped their 4-game losing streak. They play spoiler at TCU. The game might not be over yet. There might be a second left.
Taking a look here as to whether or not, if it was caught, it looks like the ball hits the ground.
Did it ever get there?
And our referee, Stephen Barron, just said there's 1 second left. And yeah, worth looking at again, yeah. Take a look. Here's the clock. Game clock, bottom right.
Did the nose of the football ever get there?
Matt Campbell knows that's the, so you're telling me there's a chance. Hoover Magic?
Well, that was the
1 second, and definitely should take a look at that again. Which is, now Matt Campbell's going to take a timeout to make sure everybody is over the emotion.
Third and final timeout of the half.
Get everybody organized and leave no doubt here to finish this thing out. So right there,
saying fourth down.
Yes, he's saying it's fourth down. So you're saying fourth down, knockdown. The ball's in the air. It's fourth down, knockdown. So if there's any ball that is at risk, you want to take the ground. Don't tip it up. Tip. Create some miracle finish here. And here's another angle.
Oh, maybe he kept it. Oh, okay. Just grazed the grass. Just got it. Yep. All right. So 1 second.
Young eyes. So much emotion, man. Just oozed off of that sideline. They'll drink again in Ames. They'll do a double dip on the cheers if they finish this twice.
Yeah, one quick moment of relief there, but one more play to go. 1 second left. Josh Hoover underneath McAllister. Now the flip. Manjack throws it back. It's Hoover throwing across the field. No time on the clock. It's got to be a miracle for TCU. It's Rogers, the tight end, running. Does he have options behind him? He flips it back again. All this for not much yardage. Now Manjack moves ahead. He flips it, it's out of bounds, and that's the game. Worth the wait for Iowa State. A month since their last win. And they beat TCU on the road 20-17. So that gets them to bowl eligibility with their 6th win. And likely eliminates TCU from the Big 12 title picture.
Massive credit to this Iowa State team. Comes down to Eric McAllister. After 7 million plays today, Manjack ran a little triple option trying to find the speedster, but just total credit to this Iowa State team. Staying focused, staying positive. The thing that stuck with me last week with their meetings, Matt Campbell, John Haycock, they both said, it's just amazing to be a part of this when everybody comes to work thinking it's their fault. That's huge. Yep. That's huge. That's all in. That's selfless. That's team. And that overcomes, on paper, those two dreaded words, on paper, the quote-unquote better opponent.
That long-waited smile for Matt Campbell. How about Aiden Flora? Play that he made, the walk-on with the punt return touchdown of 78 yards to flip this game and end the losing streak for Iowa State. That snaps a years-long winning streak at home for TCU. 20-17 our final. Another fascinating day in the Big 12. Honored to be a part of it. Mark Helfrich, Connor Onion, Joe Williams, our producer, Tyler Dare, our director. Thanks to our wonderful Fox Sports crew. Coming up next, it's Arkansas, Michigan State men's basketball right after these messages.